Good morning. Again, my name is Captain Rob Reynolds with the Clem Falls Police Department. On the day in question, our investigators had made contact with the victim, and what happened is we learned that she was from Seattle, Washington, and that she had been abducted up there. The suspect had transported her down to Klamath Falls, Oregon, which is probably about a 7-hour drive from Seattle, give or take. And during that time, she was also sexually assaulted. Also during that time, she was taken to a residence in Klamath Falls, Oregon, where there was a makeshift cell, if you will, and he had actually locked her in there for a couple hours at least until she realized that she needed to get out of that residence because her life was in danger. And she took the substantial steps to force her way out of that cell, and then she ran out into public, flagged down the first vehicle she could find, and then she was taken to safety. Then 911 was called, and then we responded to help her. We learned that what happened during that time, planes. During that time, the officers learned that she had gone through quite a great ordeal. There's potential of additional victims out there. We're asking today for people to come forward that might had contact with Mr. Zuberi during contact. Obviously not just in our jurisdiction, but from all over the country, wherever he lived previously. We do know that it's an active investigation. We can't say too much, but what we like to say is that the victim, if she didn't do what she did, we wouldn't be here today, and Mrs. Zuberi would not be in custody. So I want to personally thank her for her bravery of what she did to get through that ordeal and get to where she needed to be today. We do want to also let you know that there are also victim services that the FBI is going to be providing on their website, and that information will be provided to you shortly, and that we want to make sure that any additional victims come forward, that those services are going to be provided to them and that are going to be taken care of. With that.
Thank you, Captain. The FBI and our partners, to include Oregon State Police, acted quickly and were able to safely track down Mr. Zuberi within hours of his efforts to evade law enforcement. Our partners at the Reno Police Department, Nevada State Police, and Las Vegas FBI safely captured him after a 45-minute standoff in a public parking lot at a major shopping center in Nevada with no injuries to themselves or others. Assistant United States Attorney Nate Lavarchek will now discuss any prosecutorial actions in this case.
Good morning. My name is Nate Lavarchek from the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm an assistant U.S. attorney here in Oregon, and I'm the branch chief who supervises our Eugene and Medford offices. To add to what's already been said, on July 17th, we obtained a federal criminal complaint charging Mr. Zuberi with one count of interstate kidnapping. That charge carries with it a maximum sentence of up to life in federal prison. The court recently unsealed that criminal complaint, which lays out the probable cause supporting the charge. I do want to note that that is a charge, and just that. It's an accusation of a crime, and Mr. Zuberi is presumed innocent until he's proven guilty. After law enforcement arrested him in Nevada, he appeared in federal court there in front of a judge on July 26th, and that judge in Reno ordered him detained pending his transfer to Oregon. The U.S. Marshals Service is now in the process of bringing him back to Oregon to face the kidnapping charge, and we anticipate that he'll appear in federal court in Medford, Oregon, in the coming weeks. At that hearing, our office will seek his continued detention and argue that he is a flight risk and a danger to the community. This is an ongoing investigation. I'm not able to offer any more than that, but what I do want to offer is my compliments and the collaboration and the efforts of our federal, state, and local partners, including FBI, the Klamath Falls Police Department, Klamath County District Attorney's Office, Oregon State Police, Reno Police Department, and the Washoe County, Nevada District Attorney's Office, who all moved quickly and in coordination with each other to apprehend Mr. Zuberi. So with that, I'll hand it back to FBI ASAC Stephanie Shark. Thank you.
Thank you. Our investigation has continued vigorously over the past 2 weeks since Zuberi's arrest, extending into multiple states where he resided from August 2016 and to the present. Those states include Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, New York, New Jersey, Alabama, and Florida. To date, Zuberi has been linked to at least 4 sexual assaults in 4 other states. We believe there may be more victims. Victims may know Zuberi by the name Sakima, and it is believed he may have used several different methods to gain control of his victims, to include drugging their drinks and impersonating a law enforcement officer. Today, the FBI has launched a Seeking Victims website to help us identify potential victims. If you believe you or someone you know has been a victim of or has any information about Zuberi, please visit the website fbi.gov/Sakima victims or call 1-800-CALL-FBI. At this time, I would like to turn it over to my colleague from the Oregon Attorney General's office for a few comments.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Castellino, and I'm Assistant Attorney General with the Oregon Department of Justice. Currently, the Klamath County District Attorney's Office is being managed by Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum, and I am managing it on her behalf. I'm thankful for the swift action of our federal partners. I'm also thankful for the directed and precise action of law enforcement in Klamath County. And it's our hope in this press conference today that you can help us identify additional victims who may have suffered similar fates to the victim in the federal case.
Finally, I want to thank the brave women who fought for their lives to get us where we are here today. Now it is our turn to take their burden and fight for them, any other victims out there, and seek justice. Thank you. At this time, we will take just a few questions.
So those 4 other sexual assaults, what states did those occur in? Did it happen here in Oregon, California? What states?
Aside from the one that we're discussing here in Oregon, because those are active investigations, we're not going to name the states at the time. I'm sorry. The victim was held in the cell a few hours before she escaped.
Speaking of that cell, obviously it appears it's not hidden. It's in this garage. So what role, if any, did his wife play in this? Was she aware of what was going on?
Due to the ongoing nature of the investigation, we can't go into those details. We're still uncovering a lot of them.
Nobody else is charged at this point, though?
Not at this point, no.
How is the victim doing? Have you heard anything about her condition?
The victim is strong and courageous, and right now she is physically okay. And we are working with her through our Victim Services Department to make sure that she has whatever resources she needs to continue to be resilient.
Have you already identified other victims at this time?
Just the 4 that I mentioned, but we will not go into their names or locations right now.
Have there been charges in those other 4 sex assaults?
Not at this time.
Who was the person that she flagged down when she managed to escape?
We are not releasing that information right now.
Can you talk about the injuries she sustained while trying to break out of this cell?
Sure. For that, I'm going to defer to my colleague from the Klamath Falls Police Department.
So the victim, when she was trying to escape the cell itself, she had repeatedly punched it with her own hands, and she had several lacerations along her knuckles from doing so.
You knew how long it took for her to escape?
That I don't know.
How was she able to get out? Was it locked? How was she able to...
It was locked. Again, because of her ability and her survival mindset, this was a screen door. She punched it several times to break the welds, ripped the screen down, and she crawled through a small space to get out of that place because she knew something bad was going to happen to her.
Is Zuberi from Oregon or a different part of the country?
That I don't know. I'd have to refer to my colleagues here.
It is not believed he is from Oregon. He has only been in the state a few months at this time.
Does he have a job? Does he do anything for work to make money?
We're going to let you guys do your investigation into that. We're not going to release any of those
Do
details.
you know if his wife or children were home at the time this woman was placed in the cell?
I cannot rely.
Do you have an estimate on how many other victims there might be?
Unfortunately, we do not. And our concern is based off of the information that has been made public in the complaint and released, that there is escalation of violence and intent. And so we are concerned that if we work backwards, we're going to find, unfortunately, numerous victims, which is why we are actually seeking your guys' help to do that.
He's working alone?
We do not know. This is one of those cases where, again, a lot of times we'll get a case and we'll think it is what it is on its face. And the more we look into this case, the more we can become concerned as law enforcement that there may be more that we're missing. And so that's why right now we are still at the infancy stages of the investigation. We can't answer a lot of questions, and we really want to seek the assistance from victims, because that's what's really important here, is making sure that anybody else who may have information to help us knows how to get in touch with us. So please pass along the website.
Any indication that this suspect is tied to the other two women that were found dead in the Portland area that have not been attached to the other serial killer that's under investigation?
Oh, at this time, there is absolutely no information to indicate any links between these matters.
Where will he be tried? You mentioned Medford, he'll be in court.
I mean, at this time, his charges will be in Medford, but we'll have to see where this investigation goes. We're still in the very early stages, and we appreciate all of you guys taking time out of your day to come here and help us with this. Thank you so much.
All right, so a very bizarre investigation, and viewer discretion advised as I do go over some of the details we know here. But the FBI, they're holding a news conference as they look for potential victims